Exactly.
So, with that being said, let's do a quick shout out to our sponsors for today. As always, we have Nova TCG, the best place in North America to buy Weiss Schwarz Japanese products. And we have Weiss Tea Time, one of the best places on the internet to get yourself Weiss Schwarz specific content, such as tournament winning deck lists, translations for newest reveals of cards, and a whole plethora of like random nuances within the game. And ban list.
Ban list?
Weiss Schwarz. Yeah, and the ban list information.
Woo!
Alright, with that being said, we'll quickly go over our rating scales. Once again, we rate everything 1 to 5. 1 stars being cards not worth picking up, 2 stars being cards that are niche or text that you might play 1 or 2 of. 3 stars are cards that we consider tester cards. They can be niche or text, or they could be actually really good and staple in a lot of decks. 4 stars are cards that are generally really good and you always want to pick up. These are cards you want to play 3 or 4 of, usually cards like Ricky's, Brainstorms, early play healers. You know the drill. And then 5 stars are cards that stands out. These are the cards that makes you want to buy a set, want to build a deck. Are you guys ready?
Nod.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with the TD highlights. This is a set with TD, unlike the last set we just did. Slime had no TDs. 0-0 Karen. One is placed on stage from hand. You may pay 1, ditch 1 if you do, salvage 1 character, and then pump 1 character 1k. So the average drop salvage.
The drop salvage.
Drop salvage.
Drop salvage?
Drop salvage.
Yeah, but that art's hella cute though.
She's
Pizza
on the
time. Yeah.
I like this girl. I don't know who she is. I like her though.
Yo, this set came out too late for it to be added onto the the Randall's and Mike's
the food
quiz, the Weiss Schwarz food quiz.
Yeah. That should have been in there. We actually, like, in the other one where we, like, did the guess the set, we actually included Heaven Burns Red, and some sets that still come out. But yeah. Yeah, I think basic drop search, 3 stars, like, you basically usually pop that in your deck, so you have access to your waiting room, and this can also pump something, so it's nice.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Next, we have 0-0 Tsukasa. If all your character gets Encore 2, and at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may move this to your empty front row center slot, so it's 3/5 center runner.
Yeah.
Is it always in yellow normally?
Huh?
Is this girl always in normal? Isn't she in yellow normally?
This girl? Well, I think her TD's
Yeah.
in red.
She's the oh, is the T only red? Oh. Yeah, this is center runner. We like center runners. We love Toru, right?
Yeah, it's quite a nice chunky center runner. The downside of Encore, I feel like, is never really a downside, because who wants to use that at level 0? Like, if my opponent Encores for 2, be my guest, please do it. So this is also for me a 3-star. Good runner you can pop in.
Woo.
Next, we have the 1-0 Tsukasa. When this attacks, choose one of your character that's going to get 2500 power, and then when this is reversed, the battle opponent's level 1 or lower, you can reverse that character.
Oh, it's like the Cosme bomb. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
level 1. Oh, sorry. I always think that level 1 bombs. Yeah, I think level 1 bombs are always really nice, especially if you play like in a standby meta. And then being able to pump something for 2/5, that is quite a big amount of pump, and it can also pump itself if you in the beginning want to get over maybe level 0, and then you want it to be there on the board for when your opponent is level 1 and then has to crash into it. So yeah, also 3 stars for me.
Very cool that it can pump itself.
It's bigger than Cosme Bomb, right? Cosme Bomb only, I mean, it's
Cosme's what?
2k.
No, Cosme Bomb gave 2k.
Yeah,
this is actually better, I think. Right?
Check 2k. You don't get the top.
Can you add removal? I don't remember if this had like a give removal thing, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Most sets do nowadays.
I wouldn't be surprised, but this card also just pumps a lot of power. That's already like a lot of merit for a bomb.
It lets you potentially get over 2 1/1s. Anti-Encore? Maybe. I don't remember. We'll find out together, guys. 1-0 Megami. Not the good Megami. Continues. Even 2 more other Seraph characters. This gets 2k power, so 6k cross turn. And then when this is placed on stage from hand, you may accelerate, so you can pay 1, put a Seraph character from your waiting room to the bottom of the deck. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 Seraph character, show the opponent and your hand and shuffle your deck afterwards. It's on play? Damn, so that's basically just Ricky.
Yeah, it's a Ricky. It's a level 1 Ricky that needs to... it's level 1 Ricky. 6k?
Yeah, and it doesn't have a level downside. You just search for 1 character. I think it's a really good card. If you decide to play the Accelerate package that is in the set, I think this is a must play anyways. And if you want to play a different kind of deck and tech in red, then I think this is a very solid choice to put in. So for me, I would give this at least 3 stars, if not 4.
Yeah. Only downside is obviously you can't push yourself to level 1 with this card like most Rickies can, but...
I mean, it is level 1, so you can't play it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Yeah.
Ricky on TD. I mean, we've had
Rickies and TDs before.
Yeah,
Toga Avengers had it.
That's my first thought. 1-0 Ruka. When it attacks, choose one of your other Seraph characters. This turn gets plus X power, execute the number of your other Seraph character times 500, under known as a Shimakai. And when it's attacks, if you have the door CX in your climax area, mill 2, choose up to 1 level extra lower Seraph characters from your waiting room, and the hand execute to the level of the cards milled by this effect, which is often known as a cigarette effect.
Tobacco. Fight me. Yeah, this card gets pretty big, though. That's a good TD combo.
It gives your other character, it doesn't give itself.
You pump something.
Oh!
It's a Shimakai. Shimakai cigarettes.
Not as cool.
Yeah. I like how crazy Karen looks on the climax card. That's like, if you slam that down, I would be scared.
Oh, this is a picture. This is that card. This is that art.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really pretty. The OFR of this is really pretty as well. It's a solid TD climax combo, 3 stars.
Right. Next, we have 3-2 Karen. During your turn, your form or Seraph character that gets 5k, and your opponent cannot use backups or events during the attack. And then when it's attacks, go to the top card of your deck. If it's a Seraph character, you can burn 1. Reminds me of it cost me.
Yeah, this card can actually resolve twice, though. Like, fairly reasonably. Right.
It gets Omega chunky as well. I think this is like one of the standby targets, of the good standby targets that there are for if you decide to play the standby combo. Because this, we will get later to it, but I feel like this is one of the cards that if you want to play the standby, that this is a card that you want to look at. And even not if you decide to play red, this is just a nice card to have in the deck. I really like this. It gets really big, and then your opponents can't play deck events or backups. Is also really, really good on it. I would give this solid 3 as well. I feel like it's currently everything is a 3, but like I like this card. I really do. So for me it's a 3.
That card's cool.
Yeah.
Starting with the blue ones, we got 0-0 Tama. When it's placed on stage from hand, you have 2 more characters. You can draw 1, ditch 1. And when it's attacked, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, keep it on top of your deck, send the rest to the waiting room to get a trigger fix. With a draw ditch.
Yeah, that's it. Draw ditch, good with a good utility. In fact, it's good for this is a good 8 standby card.
Yeah. There are slightly better ones than this, I feel like. So I would give this 2 stars, but I think this is a solid card that is there. And some of the level 0s, like depending on what deck you play, this might be a level 0 that you want to put in, then I would rate this higher. Yeah, so this is for me 2 or 3 stars as well. Nice utility.
Next, we have 3-2 Ruka. When it's placed on stage from hand, this turn it gets 1500 power and shoots one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. You can either look at the top X cards of your deck and choose 1 card from one of them out of the hand, so to check top X, and then, or you can discard 1. If you do, heal the stock.
That's a good modular on play effect. We see these a lot pretty often now, so they don't feel as like special anymore. But
it's
nice
pretty
to see.
Wild when we first saw it on an EP.
Mm-hmm. CG. Not CG, Million Life?
Sure, I think.
Yeah, it's just a good card that it's there. Like top X, you can dig for a climax if you need to. It's like one of the cards that you just tag into a deck if you like play that color and if it fits in. And then having the heal if you want to use the heal. I think most likely I would probably most likely tag it in for the top X instead of the heal. But the fact that it could also heal if I wanted to is really nice. So yeah, at least 2, if not 3 stars for me for this card as well. It's a good card that you just pop in your deck if it works color-wise.
Sounds good.
Alright, that's it for the TDs. We'll straight into yellow. First, we have 0-0 Syra. When it's placed on stage from hand, we would top card deck. If it's a Seraph checker, this turn it gets 2k power, so it becomes 3/5 on play. And then when it's sent from stage to waiting room, you can discard 1 card. If you do, check top 4 cards of the deck, add a level 1 or higher card from among them. So, Fuka, Chiri, whatever you call it.
Yeah. On play 35 Fukas are always very nice. I mean, I think I'm reminded about that all the time the more I play with them. When they actually...
Yeah, in England we call these Gregory. I love the character design of this character, by the way. It looks really, really, really cool to me. For me, it's solid card. You like playing it. You can dig for events, whatever you want to look for. So 4 stars for me. Did I die?
No, you're still here.
Oh, I'm here. Okay. For me, it's 4 stars.
4 stars. Did Jason die?
He's a bit laggy for me.
Speak. Jason's perfectly fine for me.
You wanna be here, Jason?
Alright, 4 stars it is. Right, next we have 1-0 Ivar. During your turn, if you have 2 more other Seraph character, that gets 2k power, so it's 6/5 on play, or 6/5 on your turn. And then when it attacks, if you have the choice 6 and you climax here, you may discard 1 card. If you do, form following effect twice. Look at the top 3 cards from your deck, choose a 1 Seraph card from among them, show it to your opponent at the Henderson Wrist waiting room.
Yeah. Upside of this, I'm not sure if Jason is here, so I just started talking.
Yeah.
It's fine. Upside of this card is that it mills a lot, like you mill through 6 cards with each of them. Downside of it is that you need to ditch first and that it could potentially whiff. I feel like if you look at 6 cards, the chances of it whiffing twice are very low. It discourages you from playing events in your deck, which I usually don't like as much in cards. But it's a solid choice. It's a solid choice on a choice because it mills a lot. It gets not too big, but big enough. Like 7/5 is just kind of standard. So for me, this is. I wanted to give this 4 stars because I felt like it might be the best level 1 climax combo, but the fact that you have to ditch before you actually add something makes me kind of a little bit holding back on it, so I'm only giving it 3.
I mean, well, that's a pretty normal effect, actually. Also, I can hear now. I don't know what happened.
Good. Nice.
But yeah, I think that's pretty normal. I personally think this card's like really strong and probably one of the strongest of the ditch do thing effect because it's like my issue with it is always like you mill like it's like the mill 4, right? Like the what's her face? Nanami from Bang Dream. So that card is ditch 1, like the mash effect, ditch 1, like 4 add 2. This one you actually get to have like a reasonable amount of selection between 2 check 3s. So this card also probably it just feels a little bit better.
So you want to give it 4 instead of 3?
I mean, it's on you, but I think this card is like really good. I think if you're reserved about the discard one, from like experience with playing a lot of these effects that are like that, that's usually never a problem. Because your cumulative one afterward will do it for you, and it grabs character, yeah. Ditch climax too.
For me, it what discourages me is the fact that it discourages me to play events in the deck. That's why I took that star down. But like on the other, like I get what you mean, and the fact that it mills 6 is really nice. Like that is a lot of mill. So I'm also perfectly fine with giving it 4.
Yeah, I just think I mean not being able to grab events is like stinky, but I think most combos don't grab events in this game.
God,
so
it makes me feel like I could whiff if I play events. You know what I mean? Like you look at 3.
Oh no,
and
it's never gonna whiff.
Are you sure?
It's like I don't think it's like. The chance that this card whiffs, if you're playing like let's say 4 events and 8 climaxes, the chance this card actually whiffs is like super marginal.
I have not seen my luck in games, but
okay. I mean, it'll happen a non-zero amount of times, right? I've milled. If you whiff on a Maguro, you can whiff on this, but like, but at least So I've whiffed on Nanamis before, right? Like just the match, check 4, add 2. I've whiffed on that. At least the chances are this card will not. This card will break even. It'll just be a hand fix at worst. Like
You
very
convinced
often.
me.
Like, yeah.
All right.
First
Good
yours,
card.
please.
Next card. We have 3-2 Yuina.
Yuina. This card's
Continuous. If you have this card in your clock, you can see it's -1 level in your hand. And then if you have 2 more yellow characters, this gains 1500 power, and Encore discard 1 zero characters, hand Encore. So it's a 10-5 hand Encore. And then during a turn this is placed on stage from hand, if this card's battle point is reversed and you have 2 more yellow characters, you may discard 1. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent and then heal up to 1. So you can
This is your payoff. This is like one of your big payoffs for playing like primarily yellow as your deck. So this card's so sick.
Yeah, I really like this card. It has the downside of that it kinda whiffs to a memory kick counter. So if your opponent knows that they're running into this, I don't know how common memory kick counters are in the NA meta. It's more on the rise here in the UK of people playing it, and you do feel sad if you play this and then you get memory kick countered on it, and you played the stock and you get nothing out of it. But if that doesn't happen to you, this card is absolutely freaking amazing, I think, because the deal damage, heal 1 is really PogChamp. So you can have 4 from me. But on the note, be wary of memory kick counters when you play it.
But you can add it by like any counter, right? Because it has to reverse. It just has to reverse something.
It has to reverse, yeah.
Yep.
So any counter does hose you, but yeah, potentially your 2 others is like one of this and some other yellow card. You just like turn off the whole condition, and then it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think that's like fine. I think this card is still like super sick when it actually gets reversed.
Alright, next we have 00 Mari. All your Seraph character gets plus 500 power, and then when your character trigger checks reveals a climax trigger, or reveals a climax, you can discard 1 climax. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of the deck, choose 1 card from among them, add a hand, and send the rest to the waiting room.
Alright. I mean, that's a convenient yellow card, I guess, if you choose to play the yellow package in other decks. But I don't know how relevant this actually is as a support card.
I think if you decide to play green, or if you play Gopa or Pants, this is the kind of support that you would want to use, because like those add you the climax and then you can ditch the climax. However, I feel like green is kind of locked in what characters they want to play because of the event. Yeah, if you want to tech in yellow, maybe into the blue deck, I see this being played there. I would give it cautiously 2 stars. I think it could be a little bit better, but I feel like the decks you want to run this in currently don't really want to run this card. If you know what I mean. It feels a little bit clunky for where I want to use it. I really want to use this with either Pens or with Gold Bar, but like both decks, I'm not sure if they actually want to tech in characters that are outside of their unit.
Fair enough. So what are you feeling on it?
I would say 2.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Seems fair. I think that's what this effect usually is, no matter what color it's in. So check top 2, add 1.
Alright, 00 Hisami. When it's placed on stage from hand, look at the top 2 cards of the deck and put them back on top in any order. And when it's taxed, choose one of your Seraph character until the end of your opponent's next turn. It gets 1 key power and hand Encore. It's like the second time we've seen this after Overlord. Oh, is Jason dead again?
I
think he's frozen
or he's
now.
really good at being very still. One second. Now Jason being like thingy kicked me a little bit out of my brain. Choose one of your self characters.
Oh, yeah, unfortunate. Yeah.
It's fine. I don't see anything. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't see anything too special about this card. Looking at top 2 is nice, but there are a lot of cards I feel like in this set who kinda do this. And giving 1k in Encore is also nice, but then again, a lot of the cards already have Encore, and there are also a decent amount of cards that give Encore. So it's a fine card. I'm not sure if you will actually then play it because the other cards kind of already, or there are other cards that also either do it or already have this. So I would give it 2.
Yeah, the most important thing would be the hand core effect because it is quite unique, giving characters hand core which don't have hand core. But it really depends if there's good characters to give hand core to. Oh, and he's gone. Leisure's the internet. Alright, we'll just continue on without him. Next we have 00 Miko.
Did you see his message?
What he said?
He said my brother unplugged my router.
Okay, I'll just continue on without him. We're gonna have a half broken up Claire for a little bit. Just on the corner there, because I'm too lazy to fix this. Next we have 00 Miko. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your characters until the end of your opponent's next turn against the following ability. This cannot be reversed by your opponent's auto effects. And then you can pay 1, rest this to brainstorm as a search brainstorm. Tap self search brainstorm. You know, it's always a fine brainstorm. First effect doesn't come up too much. If your opponent does run red bombs, it's cool, but most likely they have hard removal bombs or they don't run bombs at all.
I think it's Frank's that has this.
Yeah, Darling Frank's has this on a salvage brainstorm.
But I feel like I didn't play Franks, but like from the people who I know who play Franks, I never really see this either paid off or being really used. So it doesn't. So from my experience, from what I've seen, it doesn't feel very that useful. And there's so many brainstorms in this set, and I feel like they're just better brainstorms than this. So this is you can play this if you want to. It's not a bad brainstorm, but I think there are better ones. So I would give it 2.
This is yellow color. That's the biggest thing. It's yellow. It's yellow for the EP condition. That's the best thing it has going for it.
Oh, this is 0-2 brainstorm.
I mean, for the wind, the thing is like for wind, you want to play the other yellow brainstorm that is the wind brainstorm, and in blue you want to play the other brainstorm. Yeah, there's a 5-card wind brainstorm, right?
I do not remember. I have, you know.
Now you got me scared. We'll get to it.
I do not remember. Thank you, Starlight X Breaker X, for the follow.
You scared me now. Do I have this wrong in my head? I might.
No, I think you're right.
You could be right. I do not know. I do not remember. I translate all the cards.
Me and Kevin have not read these cards.
I've translated all the cards, but it comes in and goes out.
I am not a confident person. If you say to me, "Is there?" then I'll second guess my entire life.
All right, we got 2 stars.
So I would currently give this 2, but.
All right, next we have 00 Mia. When a climax of a wind trigger, okay, so there is a wind deck. When a climax of a wind trigger is placed in your climax. Oh wait, this is the brainstorm. When a climax of a wind trigger is placed in your climax here, choose one of your character. This turn gets 1500 power, and you can it's a tap self search brainstorms. But you have to hit wind triggers, and you can build 5. So there it is.
Wow.
You weren't wrong.
You were right. Crazy. Kevin, you're dumb.
I'm sorry. I don't remember ever translating this, ever.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, this is nice. Like, if you play the wind deck, and I think there's actually good reason to play the wind deck, this is the brainstorm you want to go with. So I would give this for the wind deck, I would give it 4 stars. For normal, I would just give it 3 stars.
Okay, this girl's pretty hot. I agree, Chad. But all right, I'm not building this set though.
What did you give this? A 3?
4 for yellow, 4 for wind, 3
for wind. If you play wind, you have to play this, right? Like if you play the 8 wind deck, there's no way you don't play this brainstorm. Like even if. So if you play the wind deck, yes, it has to be a 4, because then it is a must, right? But like otherwise, let's just give it 3 stars because it's a brainstorm for wind, you know.
All right, sounds good. But one of these days, they will work wind. One of these days, we'll do it. No. It's only a matter of time. Keep pushing it.
Soon, together with Bag.
All right, next card we have 00 Chie. When it's placed on stage from hand, you can discard 1. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. Choose one of the extra lower character from the waiting room at the hand. Execute to the level of the card revealed. A Rico effect.
I heckin' love Rico.
Doesn't have a secondary effect, but Rico's Rico.
Rico's Rico. It's standard. It's viable for standard.
I love this card. Like, it gives you a climax ditch outlet. It gives you the color yellow if you want to play yellow. Like, there's no way it whiffs. Unless your waiting room doesn't have a level 0 and you hit something with level 0. This card is great. I love cards like this. It's like, to me, there's like nothing bad about this. So for solid 3.
We like Ricos.
Alright, next we've got the first wing combo. 2-1 Satomi. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 more Seraph character, you can choose one Seraph character in your wave room, you can send in stock. And Climax combo, when this is direct attack, if you have the Wind CX in your Climax area, and this card has 3 or less soul, during this card's attack, when this card will deal damage, you instead deal 1 damage to your opponent X times X equals the number of this card's soul. You often see this in cards like the Escanor or the Summer Pockets one.
Yeah, the Shiki.
This will always have 3 soul, so that's cool. But...
Yeah. So there's a little bit of setup that goes into playing this combo. And it does not, for me, involve the level 3. For me, this involves, like, their cards we're coming down to. Like, there's a Bodyguard will come down to, and there's a Memory Kick counter will come down to. And to me, this being a Shiki that pops off at level 2 means to me you play the Bodyguard at level 2, you sit on a Memory Kick counter, you use the Memory Kick counter on your Bodyguard, your opponent has to clonk, 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 clonk either side or hit their cards into memory because the effect doesn't wear off from the Bodyguard. And then you can pop off with this because you just direct attack. I think there is a way where you can try to make this work. I would like to like have the cards and try this a little bit more. But I think there is a way where this actually can work. And it's not gonna have like a huge high ceiling, but like having a Shiki that already works at level 2, I think can be very good. So yeah, I give this 3 with the potential of actually that it might be better. It is on a wind, which kind of is cool because like worst case you bounce one of your opponent's characters and then you direct attack. But I think this actually can be better than one first thinks when one sees it.
All right. Interesting card. Let's go next. Next, we have 3-2 Aldehyde. If you have 2 or more copies of this card in your waiting room, this gets -1 level 1 hand. If all your characters are Seraph, this gets 4k power. And when it's placed in stage from hand, if you have 2 or more other Seraph characters, you can pay 2 if you do. Choose 2 copies of this in your waiting room and place them on stage in separate slots. So you can just quickly get yourself 11k walls at level 2 for 4 stock.
Yeah. I mean, that is nice if you want to save the hand. On the other hand, they're kind of just vanillas. Let's sit there. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really, like, give me anything. So I would give this 2 stars. I think there is a reason why I can understand why you would want to play this, but I feel like the level 1 climax combos all kind of replenish your hand. So you don't necessarily have to need this. Like, the level 1 climax combos should be enough, and there's also JCs and things like that in the set. So I feel like you should have ways to have enough hand without needing to do this. And a wall of vanillas in the end is just a wall of vanillas, and it's not big enough to contest with standby. So for me, this is only 2 stars.
Makes sense. Does not help you grab events or climaxes either, like other EPs, and does not heal you.
Yeah, it doesn't actually like do anything.
Just straight bodies. Next, we have 3-2 Yayoi. If you have 2 more Seraph characters, this gets 1k power, so it's 10-5 crosser on play heal. And when it attacks, if you have the choice section in climax area, reveal top card deck. If that card is a Seraph character, burn 4. So
I hate my internet.
Burn 4. Heal 1, burn 4. And she's a giant claw, a giant lobster claw as a hand.
It's a giant lobster claw. Because of the art, I wanted this to be better, but I think this is not good. I really don't think this is good. It's not big. Fine, it heals 1 when you play it. Wow. And it's a burn 4 on attack. Like, unless my opponent's game went horrendous, this does not finish my game. So for me, this is a 1-star. I would not play this climax combo.
Sounds good. Next, we have the card that goes to the 2/1, 3/2 Monica. Not Monica, but Monica. When it's placed on stage from hand, you can draw 1 card. When the Win CX is placed in the climax area, if this is in your front row and you have another Seraph character, send all your opponent's characters to the waiting room. Then you may pay cost. The cost is discarding 1 and sending specifically the 2/1 in your front row to waiting room. And if you do not pay cost, you have to send all your characters to the waiting room and perform the following effect 3 times. Deal 1 damage to your opponent. If you do pay the cost, I forgot to say this here, but if you do pay the cost, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So you can either sack the 2/1, deal 1, or you sack the entire board to deal 1 3 times.
This card's just like awful. This card needed a support card that it did not get.
Yeah. This is not even half of what a Jessica deck does. This is just bad. I would play the Shiki 2/1s and I would play the other package with it, but I would not play this. I would just straight up not put this finisher in. I would play the Wind with the 2/1, I would play it with the Bodyguard, I would play it with memory kick counters, but I would not put the 3/2 in. Maybe you put one of them in as a Hail Mary, but even then, you sacrifice an entire lane of attack for what? A burn 1? Like, wow. Like, nah. This is a 1-star for me. I would.
The idea is you get a board wipe.
If you hate Overlord or something.
Yeah, you do it for the board wipe.
Yeah, you do it because you say I hate Overlord, and then you blow up.
I don't know, man.
We're not saying it's good. We're just saying like, that would be the reason you would play this card. You'd be playing it because it just says dump your opponent's board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're playing against like Minosaur, or you're playing against like
they're just different.
Albedo, you can blow up.
Better than nothing.
I mean, but if you think about like Hachima Beam, like, and then you look at this, and then you're like, why? I want something better. Well, I mean, yeah, but like for me, it's a 1-star. But if you want me to rank it higher, I'm fine.
No, we're not allowed to tell you what to rank it. All we're saying is like
we're playing
there is a niche for this card. Yeah, there's a niche for this card. We're not saying it's a good niche, but it is a niche.
No, I fully agree. There is a niche for it. I just wouldn't build my deck for that niche.
For sure. Oh, let's try to take a bit to load. 0/0 Yayoi. If you're 2 less stock, it gets 1500 power, and when it's placed on stage from hand, all players resolve the following effect. If you have 5 or more memory, choose 4 cards in your memory, keep them in memory, and it's in the rest of the waiting room.
This is not the worst memory dump card I've ever seen.
What's the worst?
Yeah, this is one of the 10
the vanilla ones, or the Shimakaya ones. I think those are awful.
This is one of the 10 billion like 4K level zeros that the set has. It's fine. It's there. If you play at your locals and people play decks that very heavily memory compress, you want to put this in. If you play in a meta where it's not really a thing, then maybe if you want a big body, but I would give it 2 stars because I think it's situational depending on where you play against what decks you play, if you want to play this memory flush card or not.
Seems fine.
Next, we have 0/0 Aldehyde, whatever it's called.
Adelheid.
Aldehyde.
Adelheid.
During your opponent's turn. Damn, we have an actual European here who can correct me. During your opponent's turn, if all your characters are Seraph, this gets... God damn it! If all your characters are Seraph, this gets +1 level and 1500 power, so during your opponent's turn, this is a level 1 4K.
Wow.
Yep. It probably stays on the board because like level 0 bombs do not bomb it because it gains a level. It's a 4K, so it might plus you that way. Being just big, I would also give this 2 stars. If you want to play it, I can see merit putting this in, but it doesn't give you any utility after level 0. This is just a dead card in your deck.
But she's cute.
She's cute. 1/0 Yuina. During your turn, this gets 3k power, so it's 6/5 in your turn. And at the end of this card's attack, if they win 6 in your climax area and you have 2 or more other Seraph characters, look at the top 4 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 Seraph character from among them, show the opponent at the hand that's in the rest of the waiting room, then you may send this in memory. If you do, at the start of your next draw phase, you can choose this in memory and place it on stage in any slot.
They power crept Shaltir, but it's on a wind. So is it really power creep?
The nice thing is
double plus.
The nice thing is it doesn't gain the 3k power on play, it gains the 3k power on my turn. So if I actually decide to time machine it and it comes back out, it is again then with the climax 7/5, which is nice. The time machine is optional, so I can choose to put it there or not, which I think is also nice. It is not on reverse, which is great for an uncommon climax combo because often they need to reverse or have some other crappy downside. I think this is absolutely decent. If you decide to play 8 wind, this is a fine combo. It's not bad. It's not the greatest combo in the set, but it's also not bad. So this for me, like if you play wind, it's a 3-star for me. If you not play wind, then no. But like yeah,
And that's
3 or 2.
You can also send in memory still, right? You should, right?
When does it go to memory? 1 second.
the
At the
card's
start of your next.
No, it goes end of this card's attack. You get in this memory. So I mean, this can go while you're reversed. So you can technically crash in, don't have to side, and you still get the double plus.
You know, I didn't think about that. 3.
We love wind combos. Let's go.
There's some way
wind gaming.
There's some way to get you win 6s. That's pretty good.
I just think in yellow the wind package is actually better than the choice package. Not for the level 1 combo, but for the level 3. I mean the finishing. It's a bit weird, right? It's just that finisher choice. The choice finish is just so bad.
Oh, this card's good.
When
your character's trigger check reveals the climax of
What's your name, Kevin?
1-0 Hisame.
Thank you.
When your character's trigger check reveals the climax of wind trigger icon, if you have a climax in your climax area, you may discard 1 card. If you do, salvage 1 character. And you can act rest this to give a character 1500 power.
I love 8 wind. 8 wind gaming.
8 wind gaming. I mean, if you play against a lot of standby, 8 wind can have like its upsides, you know. Yeah, I mean it's a solid card. If you play wind, you play this. It's not too shabby small. You can pump something with it if you want to. So I would still like. I would give it 2 stars. It's solid.
My problem so far is there's no way to force wind triggers besides like there's no twin drive. There's no check to keep 1 tops in the waiting room besides the random TV card.
There will be coming up cards that top check.
Alright, next we have 2-1 Chie. Continues to be 2 more Seraph characters, this gets 8k power, so it's 10-5. And then when it's placed on stage from hand until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following 2 abilities. During your opponent's turn, this gets 2k power, so it's 12-5 in your opponent's turn, and it has Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the Bodyguard Pog. It's kind of cool.
It's a level 2 Bodyguard. Yeah, it's a level 2 Bodyguard, which specs it a little bit down, but then on the upside, it doesn't die to any kind of like anti-change early play counters or early play bombs. I think if you play Wind, this is the card you play together with the Memory Kick. It gets quite big enough if you play a counter. Otherwise, without a counter, I think it's rather small. For Bodyguard. So this Bodyguard on its own, I would not rate very highly, but with the thought in my head that I can back this up and make it bigger, I would rate it then higher. So this really depends on the cards you play around it. So I would say 2 stars, because if you don't play the cards around it, it's a 1 star, and if you do play the cards around it, it can be a bit better. So the middle is 2.
That's good.
Next we have 2-1 Ivar. 2k access to level 3 or higher characters, and you can act rest this to check top 2 cards of your deck and then put them back on top in any order.
Yep, this is a pretty standard assist.
Yeah, this is standard. I don't know if in yellow you actually start playing a lot of level 3s, or if your yellow game plan is a little bit different, so you might play this in different colors more. It's nice too. There's nothing too great about it, but also nothing too bad.
True. Alright, 0-0 Satomi. When it's attacked, this turn just gets +6 power, equivalent of your other serif characters times 500, so if you're full board, this swings at 3-5. And in act, if you have 2 more serif characters, this turn you can pay 1. If you have 2 more serif characters, this turn it gets 1k power and your opponent cannot use Encore.
Whoa, anti-Encore.
Yeah, so it can potentially swing for 3-5 anti-Encore. I mean 4-5 anti-Encore.
Yeah, depends on what meta you play in this card as well. Here in the UK, I would probably not play this card. From what I've seen on stream, I feel like you might want to play this in the US, because you guys play a lot of standby decks with hand Encore. If I see that correctly, I might be wrong here. In the UK, I would not play this. In other matters, maybe 2 stars because you can play this. It's certainly not bad if you take it in, but it depends on what kind of meta you face and if anti-Encore is important or not.
Alright, another 4K. 0-0 Monica. You cannot play events or backups from hand. 4K wall.
Yeah.
A lot of 4Ks in the set.
Yeah, there's a lot of 4Ks in the set. Same as the other 4Ks. 2 stars. Next.
1-0 Sarah. During your turn, if you have for each other serif character, this gets 500 power. So during your turn, it's 5k. And with this card's battle points reverse, you can choose one of your other serif characters and return in hand. So you'll +1.
Oh, this card's sick. It's like a better
Yeah.
made Asuna.
It's
What?
better
Sorry.
It's like
than
made
Asuna.
Asuna, but like a little bit better.
You have to reverse,
okay.
but you don't have to discard.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, solid. I like, especially for a common, right? Like, for as far as commons go, this is kind of that's really nice, right? So you can definitely play this and use this.
1-0 Miko. For each other serif character, this gets 500 power. So full board is 5-5. And when it's attacks, if the level of the character crossing is 2 or is 2, this gets 6k. So it's 11-5 against 6 level 2s.
It is a level 2 killer.
Yeah. Here, I would say you usually would tag one of these into your deck in case you run into that. Here, usually you would maximum run into one person that plays standby, where you actually have to reverse level 2s. Because I feel like if you don't play in a standby meta, you don't very often encounter level 2s. Because people more likely play early plays, and they're try to loop their level 1 climax combo otherwise. So this as well, again, meta dependent. Usually you tag one of these into your deck, and you're happy to have it and grab it if you need it. So 2 stars for me.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, on Mia, when you use this card's backup, if all your characters start up, you can blind stop 1. 2k backup.
Yep. 2k blind stock counter. Pretty normal.
Yep. It's also 2 stars. I mean, like maybe 1, but 2, yeah, because like it's the basic counter.
Sounds good.
2 on Mari. When it's attacked, you can choose up to 2 of your other serif character until the end of your opponent's next turn. It gets 1-5 and hand Encore. And when this is reversed, if your battle points you stock with Achi. Anti-early
cool,
play bomb.
Yeah. I think this one's really cool.
This
The
one's nice.
Cocutus effect. Did you play the Cocutus effect in Overlord, Kevin?
I'm not.
The level 0. That card was so sick. Just giving your big dudes Encore is like insane.
True.
Especially when they don't have it naturally.
Why just tell them you can't reverse this anyway? Smile.
Yeah, pumping 2 things, giving 2 things Encore is nice. Having the reverse bomb is also nice. I think you, if you play yellow, you would want to tag at least one of these into your deck, so you can use it and grab it if you want to. Same reasoning as the other ones for me is 2 stars. It's not a 3 off or 4 off, but it's certainly a card you take in.
Okay.
All right, that's it for yellow. No events.
No event.
No events.
Do we need to break at all, Claire? Need to break anything? Or do we get to start green?
I'm good. Maybe after green we can make a very short break.
Yep. It's pretty late for you, so we're not trying to take too long with this.
Yes. Keep.
All right, we'll keep on going here.
Let's get going.
Green 0 Isuzu. When it's placed on stage from hand, you may pay 1, clock yourself 1. If you do, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. You can either look at the top 5 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 level 1 or lower character from among them, show it to your opponent at the hand, send the rest away them, or you can just straight up search your deck for a level 1 or lower character, show it to your opponent at the hand, and show your deck afterwards.
I think those cards are actually really cool for a Ricky, right? Dex
Yeah.
and or a search.
Yeah, like it's a Ricky with a holy shit button. You know, like if you're out like 5 climaxes and you're like, ah shit, I need to mill my deck. This gives you the option to mill. You know, it's like really nice. It's a Ricky, but it also has a holy shit, my game is going shit kind of button. So I really like this. This is for me 4 stars. This is a great card. Love it.
Nice. Next, we have 3/2 Ichiko. When it's placed in stage from hand, you can heal 1. And when it's attacks, if you have the bar station climax area, you may pay 2, discard 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, choose up 2 cards from among them, put them on top of your opponent's deck in any order, and then send the rest to waiting room, so Moko effect. And until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following 2 ability. This is hex-proof, so it can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. And the character across this gets -2 soul. So Moko with -2 soul.
It's a very weird pairing of cards of like effects, but
yeah, it's a bit strange because in a way it's defensive even though it's not defensive because you can't get the next soul out early, and it's not really offensive because it only mockers for 2. The pay to ditch 1 price is kind of fine. I feel like you should be able to get 2 off of this in a game, maybe even 3 if your game goes really well, but I think like 2 should be just solid 2 off, 2 that you get off. When I read this, I was like, this card is neither meat nor fish, and it's like it swims somewhere in the middle. But I feel like it might actually be better than you initially think it is, because in the beginning you were like, it's a bad mocha, it's a bad next soul, and then you mix it together. Does that then make a bad card, or does it then make a good card? I feel like this needs some testing and this needs some playing. I played it a little bit and I felt it was actually better than I thought it initially was. So I'm currently giving this 3 stars, and I think this could actually be good, but I would like to test it more.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a card worth testing for sure.
Alright, next we got 0/0 Minori. When it's placed on stage of hand, choose one of your Seraph characters. This turn it gets 1500 powers. Choose itself. And in Resonate, you can reveal the 3/2 we just saw. At the start of Climax phase, if you have another Seraph character, you may Resonate. If you do, this gains 2k and Twin Drive. So you can potentially make this...
Twin Drive!
Yes, you can make some 5k Twin Drive, but you don't really want to play this to win. In the win deck.
Just put it into Resonate.
You could. Yeah,
you
could.
Resonate.
Resonate for Twin Drive,
You
dude.
could, but it's not really worth it.
That's what you think. You have to think outside of the box, Kevin.
So what's next thought?
Kevin, diversify your thinking when you're not desperate for drives.
Be creative. 1 second. What was I thinking about this card? That's the Twin Drive that gives power, right? Yeah. Okay, the thing is, like, because of the event that we'll go to later, you will want to play these cards with these specific named characters in the green deck. So you put this in. The entire, like, Resonate package, like, the green is kind of a deck that's made by itself. So if you play green, you play this card, more or less. I think it is not the greatest of cards. It's also not bad, but it's also not the greatest of cards. Twin Drive is nice, like, if you want to pay out some blind stock or something like that. 2. Ooh, You disagree?
2.
No.
Oh, no problem. But
No? Okay. Okay.
during your turn, 0-0 Mua.
Wow.
Mwah! She's giving you a kiss. Mwah!
Continuous. During your
so
turn,
cute.
if you
I
have
like
not
this
played the 1/1 event yet, your 1/1 event gets
Oh,
-1
shit.
stock cost in hand. So your first one's free. If you want to play subsequent ones, it's not free. It's only during your turn. So it's an event counter, so you can't get the -1 stock during your opponent's turn. This ability activates up to once per turn. When you play the 1/1 event, choose one of your character. It gets +1 level and plus 1500 power. And you can resonate, pay 1, reveal the 3/2 we saw earlier, and then check top 3, add a character to your hand.
Oh, that's kind of sick, actually.
Did you just say it does not work during my opponent's turn?
No. Oh, no, it should not be. Oh, during this turn, my bad. It's not during your turn,
during
during
right?
this
It's
turn.
another turn in my
So,
opponent's
yeah.
turn.
So,
it
on
goes
your opponent's
with
turn,
them.
it's also a 1/0 event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
My
That's
bad,
the
my bad.
1/0 counter
Yeah.
event that
Oh, so
that filters my
it's the
deck
key.
by 2.
It's a weird wording, but they say it because
This is sick. I love
it just means a
this.
turn.
And
Yeah.
the art on it, this is just like, if you come home and you're off work, finally, I have freedom. Like this, I love this card. I bloody love this card. I think this is great. I would give this absolutely 4 stars any day. Hands down, I love this card.
Combo big.
I'll die on this hill. It also pumps. Like, if you then play the event, you pump one of your cards by a pretty decent amount, because the event pumps, right?
So your
didn't the
event becomes like a 1/0 counter. 1/0
Yeah.
1k count, a 1.5k counter.
And then you filter
counter.
by 2, and if you have that in the back row, you resonate as well for pay 1 resonate, and then you can so you don't lose out like if you decide not to play brainstorm, to lose out on the mill and adding. It's the boom. I love this card.
Very cool.
If you don't like it, you're a hater.
Damn. Chasing it.
My only issue is a matter of is the level 1 combo good? Is the level 1 combo big? I don't know what it does. Is it like key where it's defendable?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking. All right,
We'll find it right now.
There it is.
There it is.
There you go.
1/0 Nina. During your turn, if you're not a Srictly, it gets 3k power, so it's 7k on your turn. 8k with climax.
Okay, so no.
When a bar 6 is placed in your climax area, this is in the front row, and you have another Srictly, you can either salvage the event or search the event.
Oh.
Okay. So it's literally like key. It's like key, but searching. Well, I mean, the search is pretty sick actually for that compression. But your combo is just not big. But I do like that combo.
Wait, it's 7k, 8k
It's
though.
not
That's
big. It's
pretty
8k.
big.
That's only on your turn.
Yeah, but I mean,
No,
yeah.
I meant, is it big, like defendably big?
Yeah,
Because
Okay,
like,
okay.
so the gimmick, like, have you seen the 8 pants deck for key, Claire?
Okay. But imagine before you hit me with the key over that. Imagine in my turn I want to get over Alice, and I can play this event and I can hit over Alice with this.
Okay, this
Can
hits 9/5.
9/5,
I mean, yeah,
11,
yeah, right?
tie, 11. You tie, right? Because it's 7, 8, 9, 5, 11 with double back row.
Yeah, you only tie.
You can tie Alice.
I mean, you
Damn it,
could
where did I
use the
get the
twin
other-
drive to pump
Where
power,
did I
but
get the
do
other
you really
500
wanna-
from? Okay,
This
fine.
is the 2 soul combo from DBG. This is
The
true.
cost of the event?
Look,
This reduces the cost, not the level.
well,
This
I'm
reduces
not
the cost.
like, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying like I saw that and I was kind of hoping it was gonna be like key with like instead of a stock charging event like the searching event, but it'd probably be a little bit broken if you could defend your cards and you deck thin, you like Yuki'd on your turn on your opponent's turn. Probably be a little nuts.
Okay.
But-
It's not that nuts. I still
pretty
think
cool,
it's
though.
good.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I still think this is pretty good. And I wanted to give this 4 stars, but now you made me sad, so I'm only giving it 3, and that's on you.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason.
All right, I'll take the blame. It's fine.
Fuck you, Jason. Alright, next we got 2-1 Yotsuha. 2k assist level 3s, and you can resonate each call, and then at the start of your main phase, you may resonate. If you do, stand this, and then you can act restless and choose one of your characters until the end of your opponent's next turn gets 1500 power, and this does not stand during your opponent's next stand phase. So, Basically, it's a 2k 1/5 pump where you need to have the resonate, otherwise you can only do the 1/5 pump every other turn.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah. You can get the green early play quite big with this, which is nice.
Helps your Nexel combo too.
Yeah, it helps the Nexel combo too. Yeah, decent, good. You put it in, especially also because the event. This is the name that the event wants to look for. So you play this 3.
Okay.
0/0 Aina. This is not 31E. All your other Seraph character gets 500 power when it's placed on stage from hand. Choose one of your opponent's character's normal character. It gets minus 500 power for the turn. And at the start of your main phase, you can look at the top card of your deck and all your stock.
Oh, it's like the Yumemi from Key, but
Sure.
like worse.
Yeah,
Funny.
I mean, look at your stock. I mean, fine. I feel like at a
players
certain
don't
point
need
you
that.
know what. At a certain point, you know what you blind stocked, right? Unless you're like really paying no attention. But like at some point, you know that you like latest after you look through your deck or before you refresh, you know
True.
what you blind stocked. So looking at your stock to me is like. It's for people who are too lazy to remember what they stocked, or
Me.
to pay attention to what they. So for me, this is kind of whatever. They're better level 0 bombs, so the minus 500 power to a front row is really whatever. The 500 power pump is also really whatever. So for me, this is a 1 star.
See, Kevin's out here saying good players will remember stock. Kevin has never once remembered his fucking stock.
Hey.
I guarantee you.
Shut the fuck up. I'll look at my waiting room, I'll look at my deck, and I'll be like, fuck, I stocked it.
Yeah, truth hurts. Yeah, truth
Then we can give it 2 stars, so Kevin can play it.
hurts. Oh,
I'm
true.
good. 0/0 Ichiko. When it's placed on stage or hand, you can discard 1 Seraph character. If you do, search your deck for the 3/2 Ichiko. Pretty good. And when it's placed on stage or hand, you can discard 1 Climax. If you do, salvage 1 Seraph character. That's really
Very
good.
cool card.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very good card.
Like Climax Stitches, you want to play in 8 gold bar anyways. And then being able to at level 0 just grab the resonate target that you need for the entire rest of the package, like throughout the game. Absolutely PogChamp. So I love this card. Like this card makes the green deck just work, right? Because like, you don't need to wait to draw your finisher for the entire resonate. You just play this, drop it, you have it. So this is great. At least 3.
Why did Keith
obviously.
have to die to search? Smooch.
Does
This
he
is
have to die
key.
search?
No, but the keys is a vanilla that doesn't do anything else, and it's on death search. It's on death stitch 1 search instead of on play.
Smooch.
Cry about it.
Yeah, cry more.
I will.
Loser.
I am crying.
Alright, 1/0
You can't see
Iroha. When it's placed on stage, this card can be played without meeting color requirements. When it's placed on stage or hand, you may discard Climax if you do salvage a character. And when this card's battle, during this card's battle, when damage you take is cancelled, you may return this to hand. It's just an inferior
I love
version of the card we
Project
just
Sekai.
saw.
I love Project Sekai. No, this is literally a Project Sekai card, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
that card is
that's
pretty
too
sick though.
yeah, but this is too small.
Are they both 35?
Are they?
I have it right here.
I don't know. I mean, I have my
The other one,
Project Sekai
you have a
playset
Shimikai that pumps it.
somewhere.
This one doesn't have a Shimikai.
Okay.
Where is it? Keep going. I'm just
I
looking.
do not want to give this
It
more
is.
than 2 stars. I just don't. I feel like the level 0 Climax Stitcher is just better. I feel like they're better ones that you want to play even in the other colors. And if it's cancelled, it comes back to hand. That can be nice. It then pluses you again. But then on the other hand, if it doesn't cancel, this just dies. It's like it's a 3/5.
That is true.
So for me, this is maximum 2.
Okay.
Sorry.
1/0 Mua. When it's placed on stage for
Mua.
hand, if you have another Seraph character, this turn this gains 2k power, so 6/5 on play. And during a turn, this is placed on stage from hand. When this card's battle point is reversed, you may pay 1 if you do. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck to your opponent. Your opponent chooses 1 character or event from among them, add to the hand, and then send the rest to waiting room.
I love Kamomeus.
No, you
This
I don't. I lied.
don't.
I absolutely just lied.
My mentor was like, man, that 1-0 Sakura is literally the worst card in this
That
deck.
card's so dog. Oh,
You
Worst card in
you
Zombie
don't
Land.
like this card?
no, I hate pay one, my opponent gets to give me a card.
It's a plus, but it's
It-
always gonna be a bad plus.
It's the lowest quality plus, and or I milled the climax and just took whatever the card was. That is the nature.
But on the bright side, it might pay out a blind stock. Like I play this in green.
It could.
You know, like
could.
pay one doesn't necessarily have
It's just
to
you
be
need
a bad thing.
you need the perfect situation. You need this card to trigger the bar. Which is like just infinitely worse than like a twin driver or something, right? That's an issue I have with that, because that was an issue in Zombieland as well that I would have.
I know
Where,
it's
like, you would get stuck. You'd get stuck with a card, like you trigger, and you're like, oh man, I didn't trigger. I didn't attack with my Sakura. Guess that's getting buried now. Or like you can try to unbury it, but it's all in vain. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of the illusion of choice that this combo provides.
You don't like it when your opponent chooses for you.
I don't.
Okay. This is not a card for people who like to be in control.
I don't like giving my opponent agency.
Let's give it a cheeky 2 then.
Two? Okay. I think this card is playable though, for what it's worth. Like it's still like a pay 1 plusing card.
2-1 Jury, 3K America counter.
We love memory kick counters.
Yes, we freaking do. Too few people play memory kick counters. I see too many bloody decks that do not run a memory kick counter.
Because so many decks don't have them.
So many sets have them, and the people don't play them. You don't know, like how often I play against, and people just don't have it in their deck. And I'm like, your set has a memory kick counter. This could have just won you the entire game. Why don't you just play it? It is so good. Memory kick counters are so bloody good. Guys, if you have a memory kick counter in your set, freaking play it. And this...
Let's go look at Kevin's Encore decks. And look at every deck that doesn't have memory kick counter.
Why? What?
Because you don't just say, you're like, I play memory kick counter.
Yeah, dude, I played my counter. I didn't play my slime deck. I wish I did.
Oh,
No, my English slime deck. I did not play it. I wanted to for BCS.
You're part of the problem, Kevin.
I'm sorry.
You are the problem. Well, depending on which deck you play, this becomes more or less valuable. Like, for the wind combo, I think this is an absolutely necessity. Otherwise, it's a memory kick counter, definitely 3 stars. Like, just put memory kick counters in your deck.
Cool.
Kevin, you're so lucky. You spam your Encore with a bunch of WGP decks. I'm not doing me through this.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. 3-2 Misato. When it's placed in stage from hand, you can draw 2, discard 1. And at the end of this card's attack, if you have the big 6 in your climax area, and you have 3 more stock, and you have 4 more other Seraph characters, you may perform the following effect. Look at your stock, choose 3 cards, send them to wave room, and shuffle your stock afterwards. If you send 3 cards, deal 3 damage to your opponent. So it's a pay 3, burn 3.
It's kind of funny.
1 star next.
Mode. It's bag. It's bag.
I love bag. I love bag. Okay, like in Frozen Bonds, I played Puck bag like a maniac. I freaking love that. But like this is bad. Like don't even.
You're out here triple bagging.
There's no bag support. I like nay.
There's a triple bag. What support do you need?
That's not a bag support. That is the bag combo for level 0.
0-0.
That's support in my heart.
When it's placed on stage for hand, you can build 2. If you hit a CX, choose 1 points from your character, gets -1k power. And when it's reversed, if you battle points level 0 lower, you can heal your opponent 1. And if you do, claw kick that character. Make a change.
Yep.
Kevin, you can't say that.
I just said make a change.
Okay, let's not talk.
This
is awkward. I don't know now what to say. Okay.
Make a change.
Make a change. Okay, so this card makes a change to your level 0s.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know. I think
we can say this card's okay, right?
Well, if you play against a lot of Hololive and you have a special hate for Hololive players in your heart, this card becomes infinitely better and more juicy. Because you just kick the Aqua. -1k can also be nice. I think there is legit reason to play this card in this version or SP version, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, afterwards, this is after level 0, this is a dead card in deck, so too.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
I am having a nice day. Oh my god.
0/0 Ritza. If you have the bag, CXD, and Climax here, this card in any area gets 3 bag triggers. And when it's placed in stage or hand, you can shuffle 2 characters from the waiting room to your deck. If you do, this does not suffer soul penalty when side attacking.
Let's go!
I can love bag, so
I love bag!
you can get 4 stock. 3 additional stock.
And then you can just pay out triple blinds with your combo. Because you know you're going to 3 the next turn.
Dude, just wait until your deck is like this thin. You play one of them, you shuffle 3 of this back into your deck, right? So you definitely hit them, right? Then you slam down the climax, you hit the back, and you triple back, and you have like this amount of stock, and your opponent
And
is
it's all
just,
clean.
It's just gonna stock swap you because they play Kaguya, and you're just gonna cry.
People don't play stock swaps anymore. It's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. Nobody plays those.
I mean, she has minty hair. How can you not love that?
True.
Will I play this card? Absolutely.
Yes.
Do I think this card is good? Absolutely not. If you play against Charlotte, you definitely want to play it because you can side. I would love to give this card 5 stars, but I'm gonna give it 2.
It's a 5-star in my heart.
It's a 5-star in my heart
It's a
as well.
3-star in my heart. 3 for bags, 3 bags.
3 bags.
Yeah. 0/0 Yotsuha. All your other 3/2 each cook is 1k power and is a pay 1 that taps out Brainstorm, Salvage Brainstorm. So if you don't want to play the Resonator, you can play this instead.
And you can search with your event if your opponent chooses to give it to you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like there are so many brainstorms. I feel like though, if you play the green deck, you might want to play another brainstorm, which is a top 3 at a card, because that would like then add you the brainstorm instead of playing this resonate one. So I feel like this brainstorm falls off in comparison to the other brainstorms, even in the green deck. So I would only give this 2 stars.
Understandable.
Understandable.
Have a nice day.
Not yet. We got 2 more colors to go through.
Do you know the Resonator, you cannot stack the minus cost effect. So having a second Resonator does not make much more difference. Alright, 1/0.
Oh, it's retroactive, right?
Yeah.
Right.
1/0 Isasu. You can send your other Seraph character from stage to Wayman when it's placed in stage by hand. If you do, reveal the top card deck. If it's a Seraph character or the event, you can add in hand, and then you can resonate the Ishiko to as you start your climber phase to gain 4k, so it can swing for 8k if you resonate. And then it can sack the top check ad.
I was just in my head seeing myself with the twin drive card hitting the triple backing, and then with a second triple backing again, and for some reason that was just so in my head that I zoned out on this card.
It's an 8k sack check top.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially want to say read top card of your deck. Nice. Pog.
It's like Rushia.
Yeah.
Nice Pog.
It's also one. It's Pog. It's one of the names that you want to play. 3.
Okay. Nice and easy.
2/1 Minori. When this attacks, if the level of the character across is 3 or higher, this gets 6k power. And at the start of your Encore step, if you do not have any other rested characters in your front row, you can pay 1, and if you do, rest this.
Wow. Anti-level 3 with hard encore.
Yeah. For some reason, I never use the second effect on cards that are like, if you have any other rested characters, like pay 1. It just never for me happens. I don't know. It just never feels good or anything. I don't know. So I kind of feel like discarding that. Killing level 3s is fine. Gets probably big enough for that. You tag it in too, if you wanna.
3/2 Nina. If you have 3 more Seraph characters, that gets -1 level hand. Resonate. You reveal the 3/2 Ichiko from hand. While you are level 2 or lower and it is placed on stage from hand, you may pay a cost by resonating the 3/2. If you do not, send it to the waiting room, and then when it's placed on stage from hand, you can heal one, and this turn is 1500 power, so it's 10-5 on play.
Wow.
Gets reasonably big enough with the 2/1 back roll. If you play that out, if you want to, you can just play this heal and then not resonate, and it goes to waiting room. Big brain plays. Solid card. You play it because of the name. It's the early play healer. 3. You play this.
3.
Full stop.
And here we go. The 1/1 event we're talking about. Counter. Search your deck for up to 2 characters with different names with Ichiko, Nino, Minori, Yotsuha, Izusu, or Mua in this name. Show them to your opponent, and then your opponent chooses one character from among them. Send that character that they chose to the waiting room, and add the rest to hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards.
This one is better than the common maze, because at least I can make my opponent have a choice of 2 cards I actually want. I can't take a hard L. I'm a fan.
You have to have 2 cards you would like to have, though. If you have only one card you want, and your opponent does not choose that one card,
if you look through your deck and you don't find 2 cards that you want, then you did something wrong when you built your deck.
True.
That's my opinion.
If all your cards are good cards, then you never left.
Exactly. Just only put good cards in your deck. I freaking love this. The event on its own is fine. Together with the entire package, it's really good. The fact that you can just thin your deck during your opponent's turn, it counters, you then power pump, and you can use it in your turn if you need to get over something. Like, for me, 4 stars. The event on its own would not go that high, but because of the entire package around it, definitely 4.
Right, sounds good. And is it for green? You need a break, or shall we keep on going?
I would like to grab a water because my voice is going. So either you let me run for 2 minutes or we take a short break.
Yeah, we can take a short break. Go ahead.
Short break. Thank you very much.
All right. I'm trying to do card days, but I don't know what card this card's referencing.
Oh, be right back.
This 1/0 TO, if you have 3 more clock, gains 2k, so 6k, and then you can accelerate to check 3. Add 1 character or this, I assume, unknown event out the hand.
Oh, the Arfreda thingy?
Yeah.
I think it was neat.
For your 1/1 TO, for each of the characters, gets 500 power. Just place on stage from hand if you have 4 more other. Oh, see stock one. Okay, so it was 7/5. It's basically a free 1/075.
Wow.
Why play a 1/075 when you play 1/09k?
True.
Oh yeah, there's a stream tomorrow that's gonna show.
For what?
It's gonna show Disney cards and D4 DJ cards.
Oh, I don't care.
You don't care about Disney, dude?
I sleep. No. I can't play Disney. What do I care?
You can play Disney. You just can't play the GPs, but you can play your locals. Has the restriction stopped you from playing Project Set Guy? No, it didn't. You fucking bitch. You technically can't play Project Set Guy either. Dumbass.
Yeah, but Project Set Guy's cooler.
Okay. Oscar Lane's playable, right? Legal? Yeah, it should be, because we're getting English as well. What? There's something else that was not legal recently besides Marvel and Star Wars. FBL.
What?
Was there?
My Yuri manga just ended. I'm fucking upset.
Yuri manga? Okay, but did you watch Maggie Rebel yesterday?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Good
I love
anime.
Magicology.
I heckin' love.
Yeah, I bought the. I started reading the light novels after like episode 3.
Damn, gamer.
Yeah, but we gotta wait till next season for gay stuff to happen. Unfortunately.
Unfortunate. No spoil. I never read the. I only read the manga, and the manga is not far at all compared to the anime.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're waiting a while. These next like 5 episodes are gonna be are gonna be bangers though. Trust. I'm definitely not biased towards the series at all now.
Mm-hmm.
What about Yuri anime that's airing?
Don't tell anyone. I forgot to turn off the fire downstairs before we started the stream. I went downstairs and the fire was still on.
Alright, Chad, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, please don't tell anyone.
All 22 of you.
Especially not anyone who would live in this house with me and would be scared to burn to death.
Smile. Alright, Red? We're ready?
Alright.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Alright, starting off with 00 Mion. When Climax is placed in a Climax area, choose one of your Seraph character. This turn gets 1 level and 1k power, and it's attack Salvage Brainstorm.
Yep.
That card might be changed.
It's, I mean, it's a brainstorm. We have 10 billion brainstorms. They're better ones than this one, so like the other ones that I think are not as good as the other brainstorms, I'll give this 2 as well.
2 as well.
It's not bad, it's just not as good.
And you already have so much brainstorms. If 3/2 Tama, if you have 2 or less CXs, this gets -1 level in hand. On play, this turn this gets 1500 power. And when it's placed on stage from hand, if you have another Seraph character, you may discard 1. If you do, heal up to 1 and then choose 1 Seraph character in your wing room and add to hand.
Oh,
so heal 1 salvage.
Perfectly fine EP. That was good.
Yeah. It's nice. It's really nice. Good early play. Even though I'm not a huge fan of if you don't have a free fresh, I'm not a huge fan of the 2 or less climaxes because you do need a little bit to set it up, which usually you can. Yeah. Ditch outlet for climax just to salvage something if you weren't able to grab what you wanted to because your opponent picked the card for you and you wanted the other one. With this you can grab it. Really like it. Good card. 3. Great early play.
3/2 Ruka, the main girl. When it's placed on stage hand, you can heal 1, and then when it attacks, if the door 6 in climax area and you have 5 or less clock, you can pay 1, or you can accelerate by paying 2, discarding 2, and clocking yourself 1. If you do, this turn is gains the following. This turn just gets 2k power, and you perform the following 2 abilities once in any order. So you can burn 1, and then you can burn 2, or you can burn 2 and burn 1.
This card's so weird, but it's like probably pretty good.
So I tested this, and while I tested this, I found this too expensive. You get 2 of this off. You need to finish your opponent with this because if you don't finish your opponent finishes you next turn. That's just how it is. I found this too expensive for what it does. For the pay to ditch 2 and take a damage, I feel like it needed to be a little bit more explosive because even though this is fine, 2 of it kills your opponent when they're level 3, but it doesn't necessarily kill them if they are level 2. So it's I want to really like this because I feel like burn 1, burn 2 plus an attack should on paper be really good, but it's just for me while I tried this, it just wasn't good enough compared to what other finishers in the JP meta do. I'll give this cautiously 3. I'm unsure yet where to place it. Yeah, 3.
0/0 Maki. When it's placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, ditch 2. If you do, draw 2, discard 1.
So it's a draw 2, ditch 2. Hmm.
Yeah,
It's a weird card.
I like it. First off, the SP of this looks really cool. Like, look at how crazy she is. Your opponent gets scared
Yeah.
if they just look at that card,
Good
right?
design.
Yeah. I like this. Pay 1, ditch 1, and you get to draw 2, ditch 1. Can get you cards that you usually sometimes can't get. Can dig for climaxes early on, if you need to. I think there's good merit to play this card as a level 0, especially if you play red and if you want to play like the level 0 climax combos. There's good reason to play this, so I would give this a solid 3.
00 Sakasa. When a character trigger checks reveals a climax of the door trigger, you can draw 1. If you do, discard 1. And it's a pay 1 tap salvage brainstorms, but for door triggers only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the brainstorm.
Door brainstorm.
You probably play if you play door.
8 door.
3 if you play door, and 1 if you don't play door. Like this, it's one of the brainstorms.
Brainstorm that exist. Alright, 00 Kanata. When standby is placed in your climax area, if you have another Seraph character, you may return this to hand. If you do, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Seraph character from among them, show it to your opponent at the hand and send the rest to the waiting room. I like this.
I like this too.
I love this card, and that says something because I hate standby with a passion. I hate it with an absolute passion. There's nothing I hate as much in my life as I hate standbys, and I love this card. The first one pluses me by 3. It bounces back to hand. I mill 4, so I can mill what I want to standby out. Then I standby out the level 1 that I then later play. So it basically plussed me by 3, while the second one then pluses me by 2. I just have these in my back row. I don't need a brainstorm. I just keep these back there the entire game, and I just keep playing this. Great, absolutely great. 4 stars. I freaking love this. This to me is what you want to play if you play red. Absolutely great.
What do you say? 4?
This is the
Good
one
card.
card where I would say this can hit the 5, but I would want to try this more.
Sounds good. Alright, next we got 10 Inori. When the climax is placed in climax area, this turn gets 1500 power. When this card's battle opponent's reverse, if you're the climax in climax area, you may put the top card of your deck into stock, so blind stock 1.
Yeah.
Cool card. I
Yeah.
like it. I always like these profiles a lot.
It needs to reverse, which makes me kind of... I don't know if you want to play this with the standby package. I don't know if it's not good, big enough at level 1. Not sure. It's nice. You can tag this in as your secondary level 1 when you play red, certainly. So I would give it like 3 for that, 2, 3 for that, but not higher than that.
Fair. It's a card you know if you need it.
Yeah.
This is alright. 1/1 Yuki. It's a 500 assist to Seraph characters, and this ability can only activate up to once per turn. When using the Accelerate effect, you can discard 1 if you do, heal 1. And then when the door CX is placed in your climax area, if you have 2 more Seraph characters, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 level 1 or lower characters from among them, show it to your opponent at the hand, send the rest to waiting room. And this is the same door as your finisher door, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is the same door. To me, this card is not good enough. It wants to be the accelerate support, but you just can't afford the discard 1. At least when you play the level 3, you just.
Yeah, plus it's
Even though this. Yeah, it does, but like you kind of need that already because your finisher needs to ditch 2.
Then you don't need to ditch to heal. You can just ditch for the effect.
Yeah, I mean yes, but like then you don't do the heal, right? Like so you basically don't use this. I mean you don't use the first effect, right? At your finisher. So you use the second effect for the plussing, and if you play the door, you do it. For me, it is nice, and it is not bad, but for me it wasn't good enough to hold its own when I tested it. It might be because I'm not good enough of a player. Hands down, might be the issue, but testing this, I was like, okay, it's there. but it's not there enough. It doesn't like if I play against D side, it's just I'm just sad. You know, it's not good enough. You know, it's not bad, but it's not good enough. It's what you play when you play the door 3.
1/1 Chiroru. Continuously 2 more character gets 2k and it has hand and core. So 1175 hand and core.
That's a really strong 1/1.
Yep.
Armpit.
That's the standby armpit that
Tummy.
you. That's the shrine maiden you pick for with your level
Oh yeah,
0.
brother.
With your level 0 standby combo. Absolute
Am I
solid.
building standby time runs right now?
There are enough PRs.
Maybe.
You can just put one different standby for everything in there. So yeah, solid standby target. I kind of never want to give a standby target more than 3 because it's just a standby target, but it's a very good one and the art is nice, especially the ASP looks really sexy, so it's
Wait,
3 for me.
Does that standby PR not combo with anything? It's just a blank standby?
They just put in standby PRs for the lol of it. They're just there.
Bro. It's so lame.
It doesn't do anything.
Alright.
They're just there in case you want to use them.
Alright.
Alright, next we got 2/1 Karen. When you use this card's backup, you can accelerate, pay 1, clock yourself 1, and sack a character. If you do, choose one of your opponent's character whose level is higher than your opponent's level, and send it away from him, and then choose one of your battling characters. This turn gets 1k power. It's also a 2k backup. So it's a 2k backup, and then you accelerate, it becomes a 3k backup.
Yeah, it's a sack counter, right? You can sack something off if your opponent is sad enough to having to reverse.
You clock yourself 1 though.
True. You do have to clock yourself 1.
2 stars.
Pretty neat though. Is it worth the cost? We'll find out.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I think about the clocking after we get through them all.
Megami, for each of their serve character, it gets 1k power. And then hand on core, so it's their standard 2/2 10k hand on core.
Yep. Is your standby target. That's it. So like 2 or 3 depending on how you want to rate it.
Man, standby target's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I know, right? It's a standby target, like what you wanna.
Alright, 3/2 Shiki. For each of their serve character, this gets 500 power, so it's full board, you get this 11k. On play, heal 1, and then at start of climbing phase, you can pay 1, ditch 1. If you do, choose 2 of your opponent's characters down and swap them. So you can swap your opponent's back row to the front, and then kill your opponent's kill it.
Yeah, you can pretend to play Star Wars. This is Shiki. That's not Shiki because Shiki is in yellow. I don't know. I don't really like. This is so situational. You have a red beater that can beat over a really chunky front row. So I don't really feel like you are in need for the swapping even in a niche situation that much. So I would give this 1 star.
But 0/0 Nanami. When it's placed on stage from hand, you can mill 2. If you hit a climax, choose 1 serve character in your wing room, send in stock. And then you can act rest this to power pump 1/5.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, mill is always nice, right? On level 0s, if you want to play standby, milling is nice because you increase your waiting room. If you hit a climax, this is actually value. The chances are quite low, but if you do, it's nice. Rest power pump, I mean, 2 stars. I can see why you would want to play this, but I don't think this is a staple that you need to put into your deck.
0/0 Yuki. When it's placed on stage from hand, if you're another serve character, you may discard 1 serve character. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 character of Accelerate. Shows your opponent at a hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. And then when it's attacked, choose 1 of your serve character. This turn gets 1500 power. So you can search for your level 1 rookie, search for your counter, search for your finisher.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, this
Good
sets
card.
up your Accelerate deck. outside of the accelerate, this card doesn't really do much, but if you play the accelerate package, this gets you where you need to be. So in that deck, I would give it 3 stars. Otherwise, I would give it 1 because then it's kind of useless. But yeah, let's give it 3.
Okay.
Sorry for everyone. 0/0 Inori. When it's a direct attacks, choose one of the following 2 effects. You can resolve it. You can draw 1 and then discard 1, or you can choose one of your character. This turn gets 1 plus 1 soul. And then you can pay 1 to sack your opponent's front row level 0 lower character.
That's a card.
It is a card. It's not even pay 1, put it at the top of your opponent's deck or on the bottom of your opponent's deck. You know, it's like it's pay 1, put it to waiting room. So like any kind of like on death Rikis and Aquas still get their effects off. So like I feel like that's kind of directing for an extra soul can be nice, like, but then you choose one of your other characters, so it's not even that if you go first, you can like hit big with your first swing. So you can't really do that either. So it exists. Next one for me, unless you disagree.
Nope, I'm back.
Okay.
All right, 1 star it is. 0/0 Megumi. When it's placed on stage or hand, you can pay 1, discard climax, damage the climax. CX swap.
Yep.
CX swap.
Yep. Climax swapper, you put it in your deck because you like to swap your climaxes if you need to. This is 2 because this is a one-off. You put it in. Sadly, doesn't have any other effect on it, but then at least it's 2/5, so it's not too tiny at level 0.
1/0 Saki. When a climax is placed in your climax area, you can pay 1 if you do, check 4, and then add a Seraph character from among them out of the hand. And then when your other Seraph character is front attack, you may pay costs by pay 1 and sacking this. If you do, return that character to hand. I remember this card. This card is actually really good.
Yeah. I never know if Jason wants to say something or not.
No, that's not good.
Amagi plus JC. Jason, what do you think about Amagi plus JC?
Yeah, what do you
I
like?
think it's kind of stinky.
Really?
It's a pay 2 plus 2.
Yeah, but I hate Amagis that are, Amagi's a card I want on my board. So I don't like the idea of converting my JC, converting my Magi into something else.
Well, they could be sitting in back row and just use it to loop whenever you need. Emergency loop or emergency reverse.
No, I like when my JC wins board.
Well, I think as JCs go, there is a better JC in the set because there's a level 0 one, and this just requires you to play red, and you
Even
don't necessarily want to play red in every color. The Amagi on it is nice if you want to play the door and you have the door in the back row. You want to have something in the front row that you can use. This is something you can use in the front row. So there, I can see that you would put it in the door deck. Do I see this in standby? I'm not sure. Maybe, probably not. 2.
Yeah, you just play like level 0 JC. That sounds better to me.
Hmm.
I'm a fan.
Ritu Mion. This is in front row. All your Seraph character gets plus 1500 power, so she herself becomes 11/5. And when during your climax phase, this is placed on stage by effect of the standby CX pictured below. You can pay 1 and then sack the CX. If you do stand this, in this turn, all your character gets plus 1 soul.
Oh, this is Rize.
Yep, it is.
It's verbatim Rize. I like Rize.
Yeah, but this is.
It relies on you having other level 3s to play, though. That is the biggest thing.
There's the TD level 3, right?
True, that's a good one.
So yeah, it's. I wanted, but I feel like if this would have been like a little bit better, if it would have like a burn 2 on it or something like that, then I think 8 standby would have been like really poppin'. This makes 8 standby good, but not top in my opinion.
So far, standby, in my opinion, you have 2 good combos, but you have nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have the standby targets. This is yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this is Bloom Rize, like I don't know how to rate this. Like, I mean, you play this in standby because this is what you then play, so 3 for that. But I kind of also just want to give it 2 because I would have loved for this to be more poppin', but 3.
0-0 Karen, when it's placed on stage from hand, choose one opponent's characters and the memory. If you do, the opponent places that character on the stage in any slot, and then when it's reversed, if the character that reversed this is level 0, you can reverse that character. Level 0 reverse bomb.
Yeah.
Level
The
0
flicker.
bomb. Yeah. If you need it, you need it.
Yep. Exactly. Depending what meta you play, and flickers can be really nice. They can actually like save you a game or something like that. Level 0 bombs, we had quite a few, so you're not necessarily bound to play this one. Having a flicker, like I said, can be nice depending on what meta you play in, so I would give it 2 because you take it in if you use it. If not, then don't.
I remember this card. Shit. Okay, 0-0 Makiko. If it's top of your clock, set your climbing phase, choose one character against the opponent ability. When this card's battle opponent's reverse, you can either draw 2, discard 2. And I have you know there's a bunch of other alarms that's just straight up draw 2, dish 2. Not having to reverse.
Yeah.
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 My beloved Decide Jessica deck just has a better alert. Sorry. COVID. Okay, I mean, as much as I love this my alarm in D-side, I do not like this one as much. It exists. It is nice that it can ditch you your 2 climaxes before you refresh before you refresh before, but like also I mean, 1 star. I don't think this is that great.
You don't have to try to make a 1-star sound good. We know it's bad. Alright.
Trying.
0-0.
We appreciate the effort.
At the start of your draw phase, reveal top card of deck. If it's level 1 or higher, you can return its hand. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, you can mill 1. If that card is a setup character, you may move this to an empty row in the front slot. So it is a coin flip runner as well as a mill runner.
Yeah.
So if you whip one, certainly you hit the other.
Yeah, and then certainly this card still dies with 15 power.
I mean, it still dies. You need to kind of run away with this card. It's not very big, right? The big runner is the one from the trial deck, but this one is a clean runner. How often do you... I mean, I don't know about you. You probably
True, that's true.
Unlike me, how often the frick do you mill a frickin' climax with your mill runner and you're like... and you're dying inside? You know? And you're triggered and you already want to throw the game and everything is over. With this, you coin flip and then you're... I mean, the coin flip card stays on top, so you know what you mill if you want to mill with the mill runner. And that is nice. So if...
I played TD 3-5 runner and just hit 3-5 center runner.
Yeah. Or you play both. Yeah, I mean, it's 2.
2.
Next.
Alright, 0-0 Shaky. When it's placed in place for hand, you can mill 2. You hit climax, choose one of your characters, this thing gets 15 power. And when it's placed on stage from hand, you perform a falling effect twice. Look at top of your deck, keep it on top of your deck, or send it to waiting room.
This card's weird. I don't know how to rate these like multiple scry cards. I always say they're good and then I never play any of them. So
because you look at your deck and it's like I can't. I don't justify me.
Like, oh wow, this card's cool, but
the thing is, like, I feel like in a lot of sets you have so many like utility level 0s that you want to fit in that you usually don't have the space for cards like this. With this set, I don't actually so far feel like they are like clean card runner and stuff like that. I don't feel like your level 0 slots are as filled, unless you want to play 20 brainstorms, as they are with some other sets. So I can see this actually finding a place because it makes you be clean. On the other hand, it puts whatever you look at on the bottom. Doesn't help you much there either, and if you hit a climax at level 0, you sometimes can plus of it, and then you have time to play it to pay it out. It's not necessarily a bad thing to hit a climax in your beginning turns. 2.
Play this in 8 win, you can have a 7-card brainstorm.
1-0
Maki. For each marker underneath this, it gets 2 key power. For each of your back row setup character, it's 500 power. So by default, it'll be 5k. And when this card's battle opponent's reversed, look at the top card of your deck. If you do, place it underneath this card face up as a marker. So it starts off at 5k if you have 2 back rows, and then
7, 9.
and then becomes 7k, 9k, 11k, 13k, infinite k.
Infinite, and then it gets bombed, and then you're sad.
Infinite. This card is counterintuitive to me. The fact that it needs to reverse to then get the marker to then hopefully be big in my opponent's turn, but I do need the back rows for it, and depending on what I play, I actually do not want to use the back row slots for power pumping. This card to me is a 1-star because it's counterintuitive. I don't see this working.
This card used to be meta back in 2013 when the Sora Online set 1 first came out.
Would you like me to rate it higher?
No.
Okay, then
I'm just giving some history. Asuna from South Set 1 was meta played. That was basically
okay, Boomer.
Sure.
Smooch. I'm probably younger than you, though.
Sorry,
I'm the youngest person here.
Your mother, so I have no right of saying that, but...
I miss Birdcage.
One's our Ruka. One's placed on stage from hand. If you have another Seraph character this turn, this gets 2k power, so on play 6/5. And then start your climax phase, you can clock yourself 1. If you do, this turn gets 1k power to following ability when this card's battle point is reversed. If you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 Seraph character from among them, add a hand, send the rest to waiting room. So it's most commonly it's Ghislaine. It's not,
but it's weaker on defense.
Is it actually? Oh, it's only on play.
Glaine's power on turn
6K
or cross turn. Yeah, this is 45, but it gets to 7/5 by itself, which is cool.
Yeah, but you clock yourself again, right? Like, play 3 of this.
What, you
3
can
damage.
heal?
If you ditch...
To heal, and then you reverse the plus?
I mean, I don't know, like, how much do they want me to damage myself? They really needed to give this... If they, to me, how I felt like with the Accelerate package, they needed to give more Accelerate support. It's too costly for what it then in the payoff gives me, because like on the one hand I don't mind taking 1 damage, but in the overall of it I then end up taking 5 damage during the entire turn of a game, which is nearly a level, and that's just it's just too much. So for me this is sorry, I give this 2 stars. I'm sorry. I'm happy to give this more if you guys disagree, but it's for me it's
that's fine.
No, this is your show. You this is whatever you want it to be. If that's what you feel. Okay.
I'm pretty fine with a 2-star. I probably give this 2-star myself.
Okay.
1-0 Tsukasa. What?
You love Ghislaine.
I love Dwayne. No, I don't.
No, unfortunate.
Yeah, no, I don't. Alright, 1-0 Tsukasa. I like older heirs. I'm not gonna say young heirs because that's a territory I do not want to tread. 1-0 Tsukasa. Continuous. This cannot side attack, and when this card's battle opponent is reversed, if you stand by CX in your climax here, you can decide which one.
Yeah. I mean, this is just worse Bunny Senpai, right? Like.
Anyways, this is not exactly the same as Bunny Senpai.
I mean, the Bunny Senpai... No, that also has the side attack thing, right?
Huh?
I'm trying to remember. The Kaide.
Yeah, Kaide has side attack.
Yeah, okay, no, then... I wasn't sure if she also has the side attack. Yep. Yeah, for me, this is 1 star. This is too small. Nowadays, it needs to be bigger. This doesn't do anything anymore, in my eyes.
You take that back. Kaguya can still run. Surely, cope. 2-1 Chiroru. When it attacks to the level of the character across the list 3 or higher, he gets 6k power. And during this card's battle, when damage you take is cancelled, you may return this to hand. It's a level 3 beta kit, potentially +1.
Yeah. I would give it the same as the other one, too. You take this in if you have the color for it, if you want to play this. So yeah.
Here you go. You can make your level 1 combo a 7k. 2-2 Kanata, 1500 assist with Act Rest 2. Look at the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck and put them back on top in any order.
You're paying.
Yeah. I mean, it's so here's the thing. What you do with this, you rest this, you look at them, you put the climax on top, you snipe the climax out with the burn one, level 3, and then you hit. Right? Like that's the one thing you can do with look at top 2 rearrange, putting the climax on top and trying to snipe it out.
You also
The
do
system
the
size-
usual standby play where you usually want to chump attack first, so you need to chump attack on the cancel on top.
Yeah. So, sorry, my brain. I would give this 2. I think this is if you play the standby, you play this. If you don't play standby, I think paying 2 stock is too expensive for the effect.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Oh, that's it for red. No events.
No.
Damn.
There is an event in the trial deck. I didn't include it because it was kind of basic. It's one of these 1/1 events. Search 1, go to memory.
Mhm. Oh man.
If there's no bonder to it,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
No.
That's so crazy. There's only like 3 events in this set.
3? I've seen one
think
so
it's-
far.
2?
It's 2, right? It's there's
2.
just
The
right in
green
there.
event and the
Yeah.
PD
I
event.
some reason I convinced myself there was 2 blue events. There is not. There's only the one.
There's a
No.
blue
Damn,
event?
this is like that's kind of crazy. Yeah, the
They-
blue event.
They want to make sure that the
Yeah,
choice
most
level.
sets has at least one event in each
4.
color,
Yeah, one every color.
if not more. What is that? Has like
Yeah, Key stole all the events out of the set. Makes sense.
all right.
Maybe we get an event PR.
Time to speed run
Maybe.
to the end.
Speedrun.
Speed run. Oh my god.
All right, I'm just saying.
Not like
we
speed
don't-
run.
we don't
but,
need
like,
to
we're
take a
gonna-
break.
We don't need a break.
Yeah, we'll just go straight to blue.
I mean, I'm good to go if you guys want to.
All right, let's go. 0-0 Sumomo.
Okay.
When this person takes your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Seraph character, add a hand, discard 1, and it's
Oh,
also
this
a
card's
JC.
I
Yes,
completely forgot this
JC
card
the
exists. This
filters.
card's sick.
it is a JC that filters, and look at the card. It actually JCs in the artwork. You play that, and it jumps back to your hand on the. I mean the other. You know what I mean with the artwork. Like
Yeah.
4 stars, great. Next. Is that fast enough for you?
What did you say?
Is that fast enough?
I heard 4-star great, and then that's it.
Okay,
Alright,
yeah,
4
4 stars, great. Is that fast enough for you? Question mark.
Okay, yeah. Yo, you didn't even let Jason talk. Come on, man.
Oh no, there is the blue event.
I said it was
Alright.
sick. Yeah, no. We said there's
Yeah,
2
look,
events. There's
Jason
2
is right.
events.
We forgot about the
Yeah.
recording.
All right, 2-1 Eric recording. 2-1 Erica. During your turn, this gets 5k power, so it's 10k on your turn. When it's taxed, if you're the Pants CX in your climax area, you may discard 1 Seraph character. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 3 Seraph characters or the 1-0 below event from among them. Show it to your opponent, add a hand, and send the rest to waiting room until the end of your opponent's next turn. This gains the following 2 ability. During your opponent's turn, all players' characters cannot be reversed, and at the start of your opponent's encore step, you can send this to memory. Oh, you have to send this to memory.
Send it to memory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like those other ones. Fortunately, this has an early play, so that makes this a lot better.
Also, on your last attack of your opponent, you can JC this back to hand, and then it doesn't go to memory, and you still got off all the effects, and you have it for next turn if you then want to at level 2 to play it. There are cards that then pop off if you have this in memory, so maybe you want to send it to memory, but this is something you might want to JC back on your opponent's last attack. I really like this, and I want to absolutely love this because it's just different, and I like different, and I hope that this set turns out to be like Project Sekai, where you just play something different, not just standard level 1 and then level 3, but that you actually like play something like this that's a little bit different. So I give this 4 stars, and in my heart, I hope that this pumps itself up to 5 stars down the line.
Do you know this could go +4? Because you get to, if it's by itself, you don't play any other copies of this, you get to save 2 side lanes or 2 other lanes, and you get to potentially go +2 with the event itself. The effect itself.
Do you think I can give this 5?
Up to you.
I
Yeah, if
want
you think
to.
so.
Okay.
Hell yeah, 5. Fuck it,
Alright.
5 stars.
Fuck it, 5 star.
Yeah.
Alright, where's my air horn weapons?
Oh, there we go.
I got a ad for doing that. Screw you. Never opening the site again. Alright, 5 stars for this unique effect. Let's go.
Very, very cool.
Very different. Oh, this card is also good. 0-0 close away. During the turn, this is placed in stage from hand. When it's attacked, you can pay 1, dish 2. You can search your deck for up to 2 Seraph characters, show them to your opponent, add them to hand, and shuffle your deck afterwards.
Yeah, this is a double drop surge on attack, but it's a 0. Normally we've seen these at 1 in like Overlord and stuff, so it's pretty neat to now see it at 0.
You can set up for level 1 easily.
Do you see how she's using the same magic as Aru Brainstorm does? It's the same kind of effect on the card. So yeah, fucking love it. 4 stars. This is great.
Also, another thing I like about this is because it's on attack. Technically, if you're going second, your first turn going second, you can activate this if you have another attacker that attack before this.
Yeah, you just grab your level 1 combo with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlike a usual drop search or Ricky's, you have to wait for at least your second turn of the game.
Like you can grab both cards you need, right? You can grab the 2/1 and you can grab the 1/0 that you need to early play it out. You just set yourself up.
So you gave this a 4?
Yeah, absolutely. Love it.
Good card, good card. 1/0 Saika. 500 assists, and when your trigger, shut up. When your character's trigger check reveals a soul trigger, you choose one of your Seraph characters. This turn gets +1 level and plus 1500 power, and then you can act rest this to choose one of your characters. This turn gets 500 power. A bunch of power pumps.
The eye. This is the eye from Nijigasaki and the
or the
Korean Dao.
Is it Kurumi? Right? I thought it was
I have been
the sister.
Convincing myself it's Kurumi. Maybe it's somebody else, but I don't know. My brain said it was Kurumi, but yeah, this is that card, except it's 1500 in a level instead of 2k, which actually means it's a bit more detrimental to stack on a thing.
Yep. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't see this being in any of the decks. 1 star next.
1 star next. Smoge. So Pomus Katori? Yeah, I think so too. That's what I'm talking about. This is Katori. 3-2 Ichigo. When it's placed in stage mechanic, you can heal 1. And memory, when it's attacks, you the 2/1 that we saw earlier in your memory. If you do, you can pay 1, discard 1. If you do, deal 1 damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 stars. That's what you play. If you play the blue package, you play this level 3.
Heal
burn
and
ones
burn.
are always great. Yeah, heal and burn. Just heal and burn.
Better version of Misa Kuro. Alright, 3-2 Byakko. When it's placed in stage for hand, your opponent chooses 1 climax in their waiting room, shuffle all other cards from their waiting room into their deck, and then it sounds a Fumio 1. And then when it attacks, if you have the Pan CX and your climax, you can pay 1, discard 1 if you do, mill 11, and then do X damage to your opponent. X equals, and this turn gets 1k power. X equals the number of soul triggers milled in that 11.
Yeah, soul triggers kind of cringe when 4 of your soul triggers are ideally going to memory at some point. Or up to 4, I guess. But it's a Fumio.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a Fumio, that is great. Apart from that, you play this, you clean out your ideally clean stock, then you mill yourself by 11. So then you refresh, take a damage, you put all that nice clean cards that you just paid out into your deck, ready for your opponent to kill you. This finisher needs to finish your opponent or you're just dead next turn. And I don't see mill 11 unpredictable damage. If half of your cards are level 0s and the other half are have a trigger icon on it, you burn 5 or 6 with this on every attack. It just doesn't stick. For the climax combo I would give it 1 star, but it's a Fumio, so I give it 3.
Oh, okay, 3 stars. You Japan me there. Mandatory Fumio? Yes, it's mandatory Fumio.
So it is a mandatory Fumio, so you can't choose to do it. That's good that you say that, yeah.
0-0 Erica. If you're a level 1 or higher, this gains the following ability. Act, discard 1 card, send this to waiting room, choose the 2/1 Erica in your hand, place the stage in this card's former slot, and then start your opponent's attack phase. If all your characters are Seraph, you may mill 1 if that card is a level 2 or lower character, or a 1/0 event. This turn, this gains the following ability. When this is front attack, you may return this to hand. So this is a +0 skill. But it's also, you can go -2 to summon the 2/1.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It lets you early play your 2/1.
Exactly. Absolutely necessary if you play that deck. If you play other decks, this card falls off. But if you play the blue deck, this is an absolutely must play and for.
Right.
Yep,
Sounds
for
good.
sure. Good card.
Cards you might want to keep alive with 2/1s like the Stock Charger or the Check to add 1 we saw earlier. Plus these 1/0s. Alright, 1/0 Kozue. When it's placed on stage from hand, choose up to 1 card in your hand, place a stock in it. When it's attacked, you can pay 1 Twin Drive. So hand stock with Twin Drive. This is the Utaha from Saikano, but 1/0 rather than 0/0.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably being 1/0 makes it a bit worse, but
yeah, I feel like if you know that you're going to go over your hand size, and you're not like hand compressing because you're going to refresh, then investing a hand into getting a stock is nice. Otherwise, I would probably not use the effect. I think this is very situational. I would give this 2 stars maximum. 2, yeah, let's give it 2.
Okay. 1/0 Carol. If you 2 more Seraph character, this gets 1k power, so it's 5/5. And start Awkward Step. If you have the Pan 16 Climax here, and this is in your front row, you have 2 more other Seraph characters, and the solid crossover list is either empty or has a reverse character. Search your deck for a character.
Yeah, 1 next.
1 next.
the climax are so funny.
It's just not big. It needs to reverse. The art is cringe. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Art is cringe. Oh, she's a superhero. Come on.
I mean, yeah. On the climax,
Dear my
it's
little
cute.
hero.
I mean, on the climax,
I love that
cute.
climax.
But then, as an adult, it's kind of cringe. At least for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You can give it 1.5 if you like.
No.
No. We don't do half marks these here. 2/1 Maria. When this is reversed, if the battle points level is higher than your opponent's level, you may send that to the top of your opponent's. Oh, you may clock kick it. So you heal your opponent 1 and you can send a clock. It is a blue Clockadachi. And when the book CX is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row, you can choose 2 Seraph characters. You can even place them in stock in any order.
Color doesn't matter. I love Weiss Schwarz.
It's Weiss Schwarz Blau now. Boom.
True.
I mean, the climax combo is doesn't combo with the already got spoiled with. So the climax combo I don't really see very viable. I might be wrong. Maybe there's some kind of tech that I am overseeing here. I don't really see the climax combo being useful. Being able to clock bomb early play or standby targets is nice. You would tag it in for that, but you would not tag it in for the climax combo, in my opinion. So too.
You probably play this over the bag trigger in the bag deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't play memory.
That's not as funny.
I just learned.
True.
Book bag.
Kevin hates memory kick counters.
True. 3/2 Lee. This gets -1 level in hand, and while you are level 2 or lower, when it's placed on stage from hand, you have to rest 3 characters. If you do not, send this to waiting room. When it's placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 more Seraph characters, you may put the top card of your deck into stock, and start your opponent's attack phase. This turn, all your opponent's front row character gets -1k power. So that means if your opponent has a 1k little puny and they start their attack phase, you can just snipe that bad boy and tell them no.
True.
I mean, sure. I don't think you will ever play this from hand. The fact that you have to rest 3 is just too expensive. I don't know what they were thinking making that. Like, that downside is just way too big. As a standby target, being there just to give -1k neg, I mean, ideally you want to be big enough anyways, and if you stand by out your red, the red level 3, you're like 16k anyway without a back row, so like, you don't really need to worry about power. I don't see this viable in any of the decks. I would give this 1 star and say next.
1 star and
Fair
say
enough.
next. 0 Seika. Start your climax phase. You may look at the top of your deck, and then say, pay 1, tap self, check 3, brainstorm.
So it has the Fumi brainstorm effect from Assault Lily, but then to check 3 instead of a salvage. Yes, Fumi is Fumi. I think it was Fumi.
I like this kind of brainstorms. I think this is the brainstorm you want to play if you play the green deck. For blue, I think there's a better brainstorm that's coming up. But also nice, just top check on climax play can be useful. You can't do too much with that information, but like it's nice. I like this kind of brainstorm. I give it 3 stars. Sorry, this is the American 3. This is the German 3.
Oh, American German. Okay, cool.
Right. So this is. I heard how Americans say 3.
Yeah.
And this is how Germans do 3.
That's just weird. All right, continue on.
Weird.
0. What about 4? What do you do for 4? 4 is just this, right?
4 we do this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, why did you put your fingers down? You put your thumb down, dude. It should be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just straightforward. Yeah. You don't ever have to switch fingers. Well, the thumb goes to, dude, the thumb just not like 4? That's not fair.
Hey, Fumi isn't spammable. What?
Huh? Fumi's not spammable.
Fumi's
no, it is a pay 1 rest self.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. This person's gaslighting me. I'm like, huh? I played against more Saltly than anybody who's objected to.
Alright, 0 Irene. When it's attacks, choose one area seraph character. This turn gets 500 plus X power. X of your other seraph character times 500. So it's Shimikai, as we said earlier. And when it's versus the battle opponent's level 0 lower, you can send a character to the bottom of your opponent's deck.
Yep.
This
is the card you play if you hate Aqua. If you live in a place where I sometimes live, where everyone plays Hololive, and you just sit there and you're like, I want to make a change to myself and my deck, and then
I can play the make a change one instead.
And you absolutely can. So, yeah. I mean, 2.
Understandable. It's a bomb.
0 Byakko. When it's placed in stage per hand, choose one of your opponent's front row character, gets minus 1k. When it's attacks, choose one of your seraph character. This turn gets plus 1k.
1 next.
1 next.
Okay.
I mean, feel free to disagree, but for me, these kind of cards are just like.
All right, European girl, you can pronounce this. 1-0.
Oh, this is Vritika.
What she said. 1k backup, and also a tap self search brainstorm, but you use a Milk 5 brainstorm for no reason.
We made Hato better. Well, we made Hato better because Hato sucked.
It is a 5-card search brainstorm that is not a dead card in your deck afterwards, because you can also use it as a backup. I love this card. This is for me 4 stars. I think this is a great brainstorm. If you play the blue deck, this is absolutely great. 5-card search brainstorm. Freaking love it.
I love it. Alright, next we got 1-0 Ichigo. If you have 2 more seraph characters, this gets 2k power, and it's a Hanon core, so 6k Hanon core.
Yep. If you want it, you know you want it.
If you want it, take it.
You know you want a 6k Hanon core.
I mean, it's a mommy. If you want it for that, fine.
Hell yeah.
Otherwise, for me, it's a 1 next, but feel free to tell me no.
There's not a clock on core. 1-2-1 Sumomo. When it's sent from stage to waiting room, you can discard 1 card. If you do, check the top 4 cards deck and choose up to 1 seraph character from among them at the hand. And when it's placed on stage from hand, if you have a 2-1 aircraft memory, you can choose a 1-0 event in your waiting room and add it to hand. So it's a on play +1 that can also mill 4 on death.
It is. It's a 2-1 though, so it is kind of awkward. But it is a plus if you have the event. And it can mill, how many cards are we talking about? 10? 10 cards technically, if you have the event to grab this.
So yeah, the lineup play you can do is use the event, you mill 3, grab this 2/1 on play. You grab the event back, mill 3, and on death you can mill 4, so you can go through 10 cards with this.
Yeah.
This makes you so your one event goes through 10 cards.
I mean, she's very minty, so I love the character. But if you need to mill that many cards, it usually means that your game is going really shit and you are in a holy fuck, what do I do now situation. At least that's what it means to me. It's for that you probably would want to tech this in as a tech it in into the deck, but then I feel like if you're in that kind of situation in a game, how do you grab this? How much do I have to invest into grabbing this to then mill this? And then I feel like isn't the yellow level 0 Gregory just better? So for me, it's I can understand why someone would tech this in. I wouldn't think that you're an idiot if you put this in. I would not put it into my deck though, but
I mean, you said how hard is it to grab it, but you just play the event and you grab it. Assuming you don't hit 2 CXs.
But I need to play it to get the event.
But just grab the event, you'll probably play 4 of it, right? 3 to 4 of.
Yeah. You want more than 2?
No, it's fine at 2.
We're fine at 2?
Yeah, we're fine at 2.
Okay,
I just like to play devil advocate and just...
Yeah, we always do this for people. We just... You know, sometimes
we throw off the most random...
Push people out of their thought
most
bubble.
niche scenarios, but make it sound convincingly common. 2/1 Charlotte. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have 4 more seraph characters, choose 1 seraph character. You may send... Don't laugh at me! Ah! When it's attacked, you may send all your stock to waiting room. If the number of cards sent to waiting room for this cost is 1, that's turning is 3k power. If it's 2, choose 1 character in waiting room out of hand. If it's 3, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Or 3 or more.
You're so cute, Kevin.
You're really cute. So, Carlotta?
Charlotte.
Carlotta with... She wants to hit you with a gun. Like,
how do you...
Okay.
What do you give this card, Claire?
What did I give Carlotta? I mean,
Speak with your heart, it's okay. You don't gotta be subtle.
I don't like it.
Okay. Why don't you like it?
Because I wouldn't play it. I mean, okay, so I can get it out for free because I get the stock back, right? If I have 4 more, then I can pay all of my stock. So great that I got my stock back. I can pay all of my stock to do one of those things. If I would be able to do all 3, I would think differently about this card. But I'm only allowed to do 1 of those. So no, this is a 1 star for me, because why the hell would I want to pay out all my stock at level 2 just so I'm uncompressed when my opponent kills me? I don't see any reason or point.
Fair enough.
And here we are, the 1-0 event. It is a warehouse or Operation Tornadoes or whatever era you grew up in. Maybe you start playing Weiss Schwarz when D-Side came out, and it's whatever D-Side TD event that no one knows the name of.
You have to call this a recording because she's recording on the card.
So yeah, it's Warehouse or Operation Tornado.
Yeah, it's Warehouse.
Yeah. If you grew up playing Angel Beats, Operation Tornado. If you grew up playing Benjamin, it's Warehouse. So yeah, you brainstorm. You can flip top 3 cards deck and then send it in waiting room, and then choose 1 level X or lower seraph checker in waiting room at the hand, and X is equal to the number of seraph characters sent to waiting room by this effect. So most often, you're basically guaranteed a 1. You're very likely to get a level 2 or lower, and then sometimes you might whip a level 3 lower, but there's a good chance you hit a good level 3 lower. I'd say at least 50-50. You know, you either hit or you don't hit.
Yeah. I like to call them Operation Tornado. But yeah, I think they're good. They're solid cards. Depending on the deck, they're better or worse. I give it 3. It's a solid event. Nothing bad about it.
We like these events. These are like, I think this is personally like the best generic event you can play in without a wonder. But I don't like tobacco compared to this card.
You like this more though than the green event?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Well, the green event locks you into playing those 5 names.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to play only those 5 names because you reveal.
Okay, but
cards
like, the cards you grab have to be their name.
Yeah, the cards you grab has to be their name.
This has to be played. This lets you grab anything my heart desires, and I get to pick me.
I mean, but only depending on what level you mill.
Yeah, but I'm always gonna hit,
but
so
the
it's fine.
But the green event compresses you too when you use it during your opponent's turn.
True, that is sick. But then it's free, right? This is free. The green event is the payoff for the package. If you play the package, it's lit. Otherwise, this is the best generic event you can play.
Okay,
without the package.
Without the package, I would agree. This I like this more, but with the package, I like the green one more. So
that's fair. Yeah, the green one is sick if you play the package.
All right.
Okay, yeah, 3 stars.
I remember we have 2 promos, so quick times.
Woo!
2 on Ruka. This is from the Key Cup PR, so people have already gotten this. When it's placed on stage from hand, this gets plus X power. X will number your Sarah character times 1k. So on play, if you have a full board, this becomes a 12k. And then at the start of climax phase, you may clock yourself. Clock yourself, and then if you do, this gets 1k power in the following ability. When this card's battle points reversed, search your deck for a character. So it's a clock self plus 1 that you can discard to heal 1.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but
I can also just play the 1/0 that clocks myself, so I can search in my turn, right? I don't need to play a card that needs to reverse and costs a stock to play.
This card does win board, though. This will kill the thing it fights, though.
The 1/0 does cost a stock,
Hopefully.
though. It does cost a stock.
True, this one is free.
This. I don't know, man. I don't like.
No, fair enough. You don't have to like it. We're just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a PR. PRs are always pretty because I don't know. It's 2.
Oh, one more. 2.
Yes.
1/0 Ruka and Yuki from the March Magazine PR. For each of your back row characters, Seraph characters, this gets 1k power, so 2 back rows is 6k. And when it's attacks, look, if you have 2 more Seraph characters, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose 1 card from among them, put it on top of your deck, send the rest to waiting room. Yeah.
Yeah, filter on attack, sure. I mean, I kind of want to play better cards at level 1. I want to play something that maybe pluses me and not filters me.
Maybe.
I mean, I would give this 1 star, but if you want, we can pump it to 2.
No,
this is whatever you think it is.
We're fine. We're fine. I do not like that card anyway. All right, and we are done. We're done.
Did Heaven in fact burn red? What do you think, Claire? What do you think of the set overall?
Hype. Okay, so what I think. Long story short, I think this set is for people who want to be creative and who like to do meme things and who do not take themselves too seriously in their deck building. This is not, for me, this is not a set where I look at it and I say, this is the best level 1 combo, this is the best level 3 combo, this is like all the clean cuts, runners, everything I take into in between. This, to me, is not a traditional set. I think this wants to do different things. You can make a traditional deck. If you do, you probably end up playing either bar or door. But I think this allows you to be creative and do something else, and I love that. And I hope this. Currently, I don't think this is gonna be like top tier. I don't think this is an S tier set. Going through it and testing it a bit, I hope I'm wrong because I freaking love it, and I'm excited for my boxes to arrive. I don't think it's crap, but I also don't think it's S tier. But I think it allows you to be creative and to do some funky stuff that other sets do not do.
That is fair. There's some pretty cool stuff in here.
What do you think?
Good. Heaven.
I don't think it's a D side. I just think red got shafted, and red is my favorite color. So.
Yeah, red got shafted. I mean, to be fair though, the standby level 0 is lit.
Okay, that card is cool.
So the problem with this set was that they have, what is it, like 6 or 7 different units, and they tried to make each unit have a specific theme, but there's only 100 cards. So the problem is, not everything got fleshed out well. Accelerate was missing a lot, memory was missing a lot, resonate was not horrible. The wind step was missing a lot.
Sorry, I feel like if they would have made less brainstorms and a little bit more of support for the climaxes or for the packages that they actually made, I think it would have been like...
True, there's a lot of brainstorms.
A tier better. Like, there's a lot of 4K level zeros and a lot of brainstorms, and I feel like those spaces could have been something that is like a better support or better accelerate support, you know? Something like that. I don't think that's... I think it's a set for creative fun people.
Well, I hope you'll have a lot of fun with it.
All right. What?